Welcome everyone to Fibre Friends podcast. I'm Cheryl from My Needle Crafts.
And I'm Louise from Flower Wool. Welcome everybody. So Cheryl, how was your knitting week this week?
It was a little bit, little quiet.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah. We all have weeks like that.
Yep. It's been a kind of a busy week. So
yeah. Well, that's okay.
What's going on?
When we podcast every week, we can't be whipping out finishes every week. I could never keep up with that. So we'll kind of ebb and flow. We'll have lots of works in progresses, and then we'll have a whole flourish of finishes, and then we'll be back to works in progresses.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So how was your week?
Mine actually was pretty productive, I feel like. I tried to really organize my week, almost like figure out a project per day kind of thing, and then stick to the schedule.
Good.
And I think it worked out pretty good.
Okay.
I'm back to having a lot of things on the needles though. Well, it's only been a month ago that Jocelyn and I did that sweater challenge, and I was also gung-ho about, I had stuck to that sweater. I knitted in 2 weeks, and I thought, oh my gosh, it was like the clouds parted after all these years of knitting 10 million things at one time. And I thought, I like this knitting one thing at a time business because you actually get something finished. Well, that only lasted for a month, and now I'm back to like 5 things on the needles again.
I'm a fairly monogamous knitter. I like to focus on one thing at a time. I think I kind of like the process, but I really just like the end product. I want to knit it and I want to have it.
Yeah. See, and I think I'm the opposite. I like more the knitting part than the finishing part, which is maybe why I start everything.
Because you're always trying new things.
I like trying something different. Okay, you know what? We should do a poll somewhere and see that monogamous, not monogamous. No, is that, how do we say that? One project at a time or multiple projects? I wonder I'd be interested to see kind of how the breakdown is, if more people are one project at a time knitters or not. What do you think? I'm guessing no. I think more people
have multiple projects.
Maybe I just want to make myself feel better.
I think you're right, though.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put up a poll somewhere and we'll see. Or people can leave comments down below what kind of knitter they are. I'd be curious to see. So what are you working on? Do you have any finishes this week?
I do. I have a finish.
Oh, I know what this is going to be.
I have a finish.
Hey, yes.
And this was a get it done because I want it done.
Because you want to wear them?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Can I guess what it is?
Sure you can. I'm sure you know.
Your fingerless mitts, right? Oh my goodness, Cheryl. Look at those. I love that lace on them.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Those are beautiful.
And they're not, they're not heavy. They're just kind of nice and light. And perfect. They wouldn't be for somebody who had big hands, though, because I think it says ladies small and medium.
So is it just written for one size?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm sure you could, if you needed, say, a wider hand, you could just make it more stitches.
Right.
Around.
Add 2 stitches on either side of the lace panel, right? And give yourself like an extra.
Yeah, maybe that would work.
You would just have to figure out where, because it probably does the pattern say like knit X number of stitches and then work.
Yeah, it tells you to divide your stitches onto 3 needles, and it tells you specifically how many to put on which needle. Because the lace patterns knit across so many, so that's the bigger side. And then there's nothing even about them.
Oh,
the
really?
number count. Yeah. And then I actually knit almost 3 of these because I knit the right mitten twice with the thumb gusset. And the gusset is just, it's so nice and
It
comfortable. And
it looks like it fits you like a glove. Looks
yeah,
like
I really like them. I just wove in the ends this morning. So,
they're
but I
cute.
finished them a few days ago.
Well, you know what? You inspired me, but I got nowhere. Literally nowhere.
I really want to make another pair now.
Well, will have to put the pattern. I tried to find the pattern on Ravelry. Aren't they just called the lacy? What was it? Lacy gloves or fingerless lace? I don't know.
Lacy fingerless gloves. So maybe I'll look it up and see if I can find a link and we'll put
Okay.
it below.
Because I tried searching it on Ravelry and like a whole bunch of different fingerless gloves, and there were other lacy pattern ones, but I couldn't find that one. But yeah, if you can find the link.
Find and we'll put it down below. Yeah, because I printed the pattern off a long time ago.
Well, we'll
And
see
then
if we
never
can
knit
find
them.
it. Because I know you inspired me, and I feel like I'm literally eating my words, because over the years you have heard me say my opinions on fingerless mitts. And I still stand by that mostly.
Well, you have to have they serve a purpose because you're not going to wear them when it's super cold outside because you need full coverage, but
Full cover.
some
Full
full coverage.
mittens. You need full coverage. I like that. That is it though. That's exactly my point. You need a full mitten.
But
Yeah.
sometimes there are times when you need to be a little warmer, but you still need to have your hands free.
You know, and you're right. And I think you're absolutely right. You need a purpose. And I've never had a purpose because in my mind, mittens were for brushing snow off your car before you go to work.
Like with your actual mitten.
Well, yes, the part right where when I have to open the door when there's like an inch or two of snow on the door, I brush it off with my hand first. So when I open the door, all that snow doesn't fall on the seat of my car. So yeah, I do use my mitten for the first go. But now I think I do have a purpose because I'm trying to walk almost every day. And on these chilly mornings and evenings, I think I could wear fingerless mitts and then I could still text or use my phone or answer
Absolutely.
when Eric calls. So you're right. I have a purpose now. Oh, and you can knit with them on. See, that doesn't fly with me because if I'm sitting somewhere cool enough to have to wear mitts, I'm getting up and moving.
Well, I found them really useful for there's one fall show that I do at the Woodstock Fleece Festival. Now they've changed the name of it, but it's in October and
Well,
oftentimes it was quite cold
oh yes.
out in the barn where we were. So I found them very useful then.
Okay, I can see that. Yes, because you're having to, yeah, pick up stuff and use your.
Still, yeah, and check people out and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that totally makes sense. So
it
maybe
might be good
I'll,
for driving too, because you can grip the steering wheel still.
yeah,
Have to
mittens.
try them out.
Okay, yes, maybe I shouldn't knock it till I've tried it.
Don't knock until you try it, Louise.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm opening up a whole new world of fingerless glove wearing that I have just poo-pooed before.
I think I just heard my recycle can go flying on the road. It's really, really windy here
Is
today.
it? Oh yeah, it's windy here too, and it's kind of drizzly.
Yeah,
Perfect. You could wear those out there to retrieve your recycle.
I could. Yeah, they were calling for like up to 80-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts today.
Really?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
that's,
special weather statement out. Let's hope we don't lose power.
oh, good heavens. Yeah, that's so bad. So anyway, so yeah, so this ball of yarn, I thought I would do a fingerless pair of mitts, and somehow in my overestimated way of thinking, I thought I could maybe have one at least partially done today.
Well, it only took me a night and a half to make one, so you could totally do it.
You're right. And you know what? And I could have done, and I think maybe that's why I was thinking, oh, I could whip one up. But I got knitting on other things and I didn't. So maybe next week.
I
Hopefully
like
next
that color. What is that color?
this is some old, sadly discontinued yarn. This is like
Oh, well, that
old,
is sad.
old stash. This
Well,
yarn,
that's the stretch.
it's a stretch, and I have tons of it still in my stash. And I
My mom loves that for her socks, and she can't find any more.
oh well, maybe I could give her a couple balls. I have a good stash of it.
You have a good stash.
Yeah. I knit myself a pair of shorty socks out of the green. I can see the colorway sitting on my wall over there, the green and kind of yellow colorway. And I knit my mom a pair of summer socks out of this. I know, and it's really, I really, really like it. I know some people said they don't.
Now,
And
do they have cotton? Does that one have cotton in it?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
it,
that's the one she loves.
yeah.
She did a pair with like orangey colors.
Mm,
Excuse me.
do I have any of that? Oh, I might have one ball. Kind of, it's
Like
like,
it was sort of a pale with orangey colors.
okay,
Oh,
yeah. I
I
I
got
really
tickled.
like it. So it
Excuse me.
is. Maybe they'll bring it back because patents, they discontinued their grace, which is 100%.
Yes, they did about a year ago or so.
And but I think they've brought it back. So maybe there's hope for this. But anyways, yeah, it's a 41% cotton, 39 wool, and then the rest is elastic and nylon. I really like it. So I thought it would make nice fingerless mitts. So who knows? Maybe next week I will report back on my findings of fingerless mitts and see
Just do
if I have a newfound appreciation for them.
it. Just do it.
Just do it. I am going to do it.
Maybe I'll make another pair before the weekend.
Okay, well, maybe we can, well, and if we post the link, we'll post the link to the pattern, or maybe some people will have better luck if they can just search it on Ravelry too. Maybe somebody else, this will be a good weekend project for somebody. And it only took, so the yarn you used again was Debbie's from the Loving Path, wasn't it? One
Yes.
of her, like one of a kind.
Yeah. It doesn't even take a 50-gram ball of Croy to make a pair. So less than 50 grams.
Less than 50 grams for a pair.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good weekend project. Okay, fantastic. Well, yay for a finish, Cheryl.
Yay. So the pattern calls for the red heart and soul sock yarn.
Okay, Red Heart. I didn't think they sell that at Michael's, I think.
They have it at Len's Mill too.
Do they have it at Lens House too?
And it just calls for 150-gram, like one skein.
Hmm. Fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I like it.
Well, I'll have to fit that ball of yarn into my rotation for this week's knitting. This
I
week.
think I might have to see if I can do a different pattern on the back or something.
Well, I was gonna try to just kind of make up something. I was gonna kind of use the pattern. Well, I think it's because it's a free pattern, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Anyways, now I should say I did get as far as casting on. I did cast on, and I did the what I'm calling the provisional tubular cast on. And that cast on took a little while for sure. It was a lot of steps, but the cast on was really, really nice. Only thing was I think my needle size was too small. I need to find some larger DPNs or a circular or something
I
Anyways,
know the pattern calls for 2.75s and I use 2.5s.
you used to have, see, and I just used what I had for my socks. So I used a 2.25, and
Yeah.
I added what I thought was going to be some extra stitches, and it was still way too small.
Yeah.
But
Well, like I know I knit a little bit loose, so I knew going down one size
yeah,
wouldn't hurt me because I don't have 2.75s in DPNs. So I knew using the 2.5s would be fine.
okay, yeah. So I guess you can. Yeah, I'll have to play around. But I was happy with my first attempt at that cast on.
Hmm.
It
Good.
it was really nice. So I'll do it again, and then we can see it next week. So I've been working on this.
Oh, that thing's getting huge.
I know I've been working on it a lot. I've been binge watching Netflix, and I'm almost finished. Okay, I am.
And is this in worsted weight?
This is worsted. This is some classic wool again. Some old stash. You can tell it's old because it has. You can tell by the ball band. They've updated their
Yeah.
ball bands. So this is that. What is it? Dark. Yeah, dark gray mix. Classic wool. So I'm on my second ball, and I'm not going to need two balls of it. I think, yeah, look how long so I put my Wonder Woman. I think having a Wonder Woman progress keeper, I think that like gives me Wonder Woman knitting vibes. So that's how I think the last time I showed it, I was there.
It's amazing. It looks awesome.
And it's just so fun. You just make those cables wherever you randomly want them. So
And it looks nice and flowy. It's cool.
well, and that's exactly what she says. So the designer of this, it's called the Rio Kalina Cowl, and it's by Kat Bordy. And that's what it's supposed to be, is like a meandering river, just kind of flowing here or there. And you just do cables wherever. And there are some spots they're a little farther apart. Some places I've put them in more. You cable front, you cable back, you just do whatever.
Yeah, it looks great.
I absolutely love it. I'm almost sad that it's close to being finished. I think the pattern said to knit it 32 inches long, and some of the other girls in our guild, they knit it a little shorter, and they were fine with it. I think one not sure who it was, Charlene maybe. She knit till she ran out of yarn. Whatever yarn, hers was beautiful. It's kind of this shades of purple. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. What am I at? Trying to measure. This isn't the best way to measure, but I'm at 28 inches. I know. I'm gonna be sad when it's done.
Yeah, so you only got about 10 rows, 10 or 12 rows left to go.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to space it out. I mean, I could just finish it and start another one. But then there's some really, I don't know, you join it in kind of a weird construction because you don't just join it as a tube. It's one of those ones where, point A joins at point B and C joins at D
Yep.
or something, and it kind of crosses somehow.
Hmm.
So I'll have to see, because I know we had one of our guild meetings was a lot of, how did you sew yours and how did you do this? And so we'll see.
It's
But yeah,
gonna look fantastic.
this has just been kind of my go-to, pick up and do a few rows or try to do an inch or so every night. And
Nice, easy, mindless knitting.
absolutely. And because you can't make a mistake, because there's no,
I'm being beckoned down here.
are you? Well, I was just gonna say, can you hear the hammering? You can't hear it. Okay, good. The people that live next door to me, they moved out. And so they have been doing a ton of work next door. So this morning I've been hearing hammering and stuff going on. He must be working on the wall right behind me.
Oh, now he's out there barking at somebody. He's gonna come back and he'll be all covered in mud. We might have to pause so I can clean him up.
Wash his feet. So I've been keeping this cowl. This is one of Caroline's bags.
That one's from a while ago.
This was from a few years ago. Yeah. But I like the orange plaid. I do like that.
Yeah, it goes really good with the navy.
I know it does, doesn't it? Looks very classic, very. Yeah. So anyway, so what are you working on? You're knitting something right now, aren't you?
I'm just working on my socks.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, look how tall they are.
They're getting there. I have the leg, I'm gonna say close to half done. Just have to get to the end of this.
So you're getting super close.
I don't know about super, but I've been taking them to my sisters and just while we're just sitting and whatever, I just knit on them.
Yeah.
A few rows here and there.
Yeah. Socks are perfect for that, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing that pattern, kind of a broken rib on the leg, a roll.
Yes.
So you're finding that's easy. You can just pick it up and you can read your knitting and know exactly where you are.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be where my heel is. So yeah,
Oh, they're so pretty.
I'm almost half done the leg, I guess.
Yeah.
Almost. I usually knit to where my toe starts and then I'll do like the inch of ribbing or
Okay.
quarter ribbing.
So you're getting there.
They're going fairly quickly.
You don't have the heel in it yet, though, do you?
No.
So you go back and do the heel.
Yeah, afterwards.
So how many stitches do you always cast on the same number of stitches when you start your
64, yeah.
You do
64.
So when you cast on, do you do Judy's magic cast on?
Yeah, so I start with 28, 14 on each side.
Okay, 14 on each.
And then I increase to the 64 stitches,
Right.
32 on each needle.
Okay. I like that. And so you do yours, and so you've got a process down for what exactly fits your foot, right? Then you say you know exactly how long, so many inches to where you're going to put in the heel, and then you do your leg the same length. And
Yep.
then you said your one. I like that. So you don't even have to have a tape measure, because then you can just fold your leg over like you just had it, and you can measure against the leg of, or the length of your foot, and you know where to start the ribbing.
And because I'm doing 2 at a time, I know they're exactly the same number of rows long, right?
Yes, that's smart. Oh.
It works.
I have a kitty sitting here. She's standing up. Her legs are on my knee, just letting me pet her. Well, do you want to see the sock that I started? Oh, I did. You saw this already, because I started it Wednesday night when we were doing our knit night. I
don't know that I saw it because I wasn't there very long.
Oh, maybe, yes, that's what you just popped in. Maybe you didn't see it. Well, I had started it, and then I had to pull out some rows, because you know what happens when you knit at knit night.
When you're gabbing.
Yes. So this is my sock that I started.
Nice.
So
you started toe up.
Toe up. Yes, because this is the year. This is the year that I go back and revisit all the things that I've done in the past. And because I feel like I've gotten in a rut. Like I do the same thing all the time. So that's where trying the new different cast-ons came, was I thought I wanted to revisit some of those, because I always do long tail or a version of the long tail, like the German twisted sometimes. And I thought, there's so many things out there. I want to go back and try them all again. So my March socks that I cast on 2 days ago. I think that was like March, 22nd, 23rd. I don't know what day it was. Anyways, we're into the end of March, but they're cast on. Not going to be finished, but they're started. So I'm not totally.
Well, totally counts.
Yeah, I think so. I'm
Look
I'm
good.
I'm just happy that they're at least started. And this has only been a couple of nights knitting. Alyssa asked me because I was working on the toe, and I did the provisional tubular cast on. That's what I'm calling it, because the tubular cast on, there's so many different versions of it. There's a long tail version and there's a provisional. So I've done the provisional, and I think it looks absolutely perfect.
Yep, looks good.
I don't know if you can.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Carries right on.
yeah, it's nice. There's no gap. There's um yeah. So, if for somebody who doesn't like Judy's Magic Cast On, if you find it too fiddly, this would be a good alternative.
Mhm.
So Alyssa asked me if what pattern I was doing, and she's like, is it just going to be plain? And I was like, I really don't know. I hadn't thought past the cast on in the toe.
You
So
were excited about your cast on.
I was just excited to get it on the needle. I really hadn't given any thought to what I was actually going to knit, other than it was going to be a short. It's going to be a summer sock. And so while I was doing it, I thought, oh, I'll just put some lace up the front just for a little fun. And so that's why I was thinking about you, because I wonder how many socks. I haven't done toe up in a long time, and I have a pattern that I use for when I used to teach toe up, but I was too lazy to go find it and see how many stitches. Like, so I started with 12, but I think
Mhm.
it is maybe a smidge pointier than I'd like it to be. So maybe I'll just go find my pattern and see what I've done in the past. But I guess
Yeah,
I'm
that just
proud of.
give you a little bit longer toe, but that's okay.
Yeah, just yeah, one more round, I guess. Anyways,
Look good. And
started.
did you make up that lace pattern yourself?
Yes, yeah. It's just oh, it's just yarn over knit two together, and then plain knit row, then yarn over slip slip knit, so that my decreases are, so the lace will go straight and not just slant one way. Yeah, just simple. Just to give it just something a little summery on it.
Looks nice.
Yeah. And so the yarn is
So pretty.
the Leo and Roxy Speckle Love
Mhm.
Bug. And it's so nice. This is their MCM.
Ooh.
So I know it's really nice. Very nice. Lovely to knit with. So do you have anything else on the go other than your socks?
I did not even touch my sweater this week. So a lot of nights I wasn't home till 8. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so
And it was so warm this past week. It was so
Mhm.
unusually warm for us the end of March. Didn't really feel like a bulky sweater knitting week weather, did it?
No, no. It's kind of making me wonder what it's going to be like by the end of May. Might I might not get to wear my sweater camping anyway.
I don't know. It's only March, so we can't
Yeah,
get
it's
too
supposed to cool off again a little bit too, so
yeah, it's cooler out this morning. I popped out for a few minutes this morning, and it was definitely cooler. Yesterday felt like summer. Today now feels like really like a cool spring day.
yeah, I was out early, bright and early this morning
For you?
too. Yeah, my son had to get his winter tires off, so we dropped his car off.
That's a good sign that spring is around the corner.
I know. I did mine last week.
Spring.
And then
Fingers
you hope
crossed.
no more snow comes.
Well, I know yeah, and chances are we're gonna get snow a couple more times, but nothing too serious. Oh, see, I picked this up again because I can knit this and talk.
Well,
Well,
and who wants to just sit, right? So anything else you've been working on this week?
yes,
Yay! You
I'm
got all the stuff,
I'm
not me.
well, yeah, I was really, my housework really suffered this week. We'll put it that way. Yeah, I know. Not so worried about housework.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow.
I love this. Yep. So this is my Leo and Roxy, the basics yarn,
Yep.
more mustard, Queen's Navy, and the classic gray.
Nice. That looks amazing. I
I
can't believe how much you've got done.
I know. And then I got sidetracked. I took a couple nights off working on it because I was working on the sock instead. But yeah, I really like the little pattern. So I'm up here. So there's this. I love anything that's a chevron, and I think it also looks like a big knit stitch, and the circle, and then so this is one. I'm making this one pattern repeat.
Mhm.
So I've just started on the second where I'm switching the colors. So the navy circles are now going to be just start of a yellow circle up there.
That looks awesome.
Thanks. And then my inside, do you like looking at the inside? What color?
Yes, of course.
And there's the inside.
Love it.
I really like knitting this. I am thinking this could be my new go-to yarn for like everything. It's affordable. It's only $20 a skein.
The
There's
color is gorgeous.
I think there is 12 colors that they came out with a month ago when they launched this new yarn. So this is what their ball band looks like. So it's the basics. And I've heard talk that there's going to be different bases coming out and different colors. I think I might have even heard that maybe there's some heathers coming out.
Ooh, I love heathers.
I know.
Just gives that little bit extra something.
It does, doesn't it? So I'm really excited to stock up on more of it. I really do like just knitting with this. It doesn't split. It feels nice. It's a merino. It's soft. I am thinking this could be the yarn that convinces my family, especially my daughter, that she likes knitwear. I'm hoping because now I like wearing low P and Briggs and Little and everything, but so maybe I have a higher, kind of tolerance for some rustic wool, but I don't see how anybody could think that this is itchy at all. It's superwash. It's merino. I'm sure it's merino. Let me look at the tag again just to be sure. And what does it say here? No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't say on here. Does it say? I was thinking it was merino. It says 75% superwash, 25 nylon. There's 465 yards or 425 meters. Okay, maybe I'll have to check. For some reason I was thinking that it was.
So it doesn't say, it just says superwash wool.
Yeah.
Can you hear my dog?
Anyway, up somewhere I thought this was a merino. Underneath it does say merino. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to investigate that a little further. Anyways, it is soft. Merino or not, it is really lovely. So yeah, maybe I'll have a hat. Have a hat to go. Look at this. I've done it again. Non-matching. So say I'll have a hat and some fingerless gloves maybe next week. Anyway,
I'm trying to decide if I want to do a hat out of the leftovers from my fingerless mitts, because I have all of this and still 2 nuggets left. Like, that's quite a bit of yarn still.
That is. I think you should totally do a hat. Would you do a hat and put the same lace panel up your hat? Or
I
would
could,
you?
I could.
You could.
Just like one strip?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks for the idea.
Right.
She's such a designer.
I think it would look pretty. And you
It
wouldn't
would.
have to fiddle with the pattern at all. Yeah, I could totally do that. All right, so
Yeah,
maybe, well, no pressure on either one of us to have any finishes next week, but maybe we might have more finishes next Friday
I'll just have to figure out how many stitches I need
for
to
your
go
hat.
around
Yeah,
my noggin.
that'll be doable. Okay, so speaking of next Friday and maybe having finishes, next Friday is the start of the Easter sock knitting challenge. We've been talking about this, it seems like, for so long. And it is here. 1 week today, we will be casting on and knitting, starting our sock.
I have to finish these ones. Ooh, that's pretty.
I know, isn't this nice? I did some searching. I shouldn't admit how much searching I had to do to find this sock. I think this is going to be my challenge sock. I have got 2 single socks. This is one. This yarn is called Mine from Timber Yarns. And the other single sock is my flamingo sock from Songbird Fibers. So in my search this morning, I came up with this because I also said when we were chatting Wednesday night that I had decided, because a lot of people had said, it would make sense for me to try to finish up a pair, right? When you've got 2 single socks, the smart thing would be not to cast on something brand new, but to finish up a pair. And I think they're guilting me into finishing a pair and not starting something new.
Well, then you would have 2 new pairs of socks.
No, I know. So I need to do that.
That would drive me nuts.
Having 2 single socks. It doesn't bother me at all.
Because it's back to the thing. I want to wear them, right? I want them done so I can wear them.
Yeah. And I would like to wear them. Look at this sock. Is this not absolutely fantastic?
Yes. It's brilliant.
Now the key is, though, as I have to find where the yarn is. I didn't even find my flamingo sock at all. So I have tucked it away somewhere safe.
So you didn't have the yarn with the sock?
No.
Oh, Louise.
I know. And you know what? And now I'm thinking, well, I guess I could count. When I put my hand in it, I thought, oh, this feels snug. And then I thought, I bet you this is a 64 stitch sock. And then that made me think, I'm like, yeah, how many stitches did I cast on? Because I won't have wrote it down. I'll have done it right. So I think it's a 64, which is funny because the pink ones I just started, I did these 68 stitches.
My dog is so full of beans. He just come racing from upstairs through the room and he's like an elephant. And now he's having a little snack.
Oh, well, I would race through the room to get a snack too. So this is going to be my challenge. Next Friday, well, I guess next Friday when we podcast, I'll show you exactly if I came across this yarn. So really, it's whatever yarn I find is what I'm going to do. So hopefully it's either this or my flamingo sock.
And the flamingo ones are pretty too.
I know they're both pretty. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but really, I have 3 days. Could I get 2 socks or even 1.5 done? I know the possibilities are endless, and
Maybe.
I don't have to cook anything fancy because we're not doing Easter, so it's just a 3-day sock knitting weekend for me. So who knows what I may get done. So do you know what you're gonna do?
I haven't decided yet.
You can keep us in suspense till next week.
Yeah, I have a couple of ideas because there's lots to choose from.
So are you gonna go like stash diving and
We have I have a beautiful skein of yarn I got from Adrian back the first time we went to Fenelon Falls,
yes, yes.
that I was thinking that maybe I might have, been done admiring it in the skein and I could knit it now.
Yes.
So there's that. And then I have a couple of skeins of songbirds, so I might choose one of those.
Do you know what colorways you have in Songbird? I have a few of hers too that are sitting.
I
And
have blue. I
I can
dog.
hear him. Is he like
Oh yes, he needs a little nail trim. And he's just full of beans today. Oh, now I'm shaking.
spring
There we go.
fever?
Don't make him bark. Now he'll start barking at my son. He likes to play with him, but
Oh,
it's bark, 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 play with me. He races up and down the stairs, bark, 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 play with me. Anyway, I have blue-footed booby.
yes.
I think that was the last one I bought. And I believe I have one of the hummingbird ones. I can't remember which one. I have two for sure, maybe even three of her skeins of yarn. I'm not sure. So
Yeah,
here we
I'd
go.
have to go, but I have always wanted to get one of her. There was one of she has multiple of the hummingbird, different.
Yeah, there's two or three, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and there was one that I've always wanted to get, but it always sells out. Every time we're all at shows together, and I go to check out her booth, it's gone. And I'm like,
Do you
oh,
know which it is?
I don't. I'd have to look again and see which one. But I did get because the one of the times I don't know if it was the first or second time we were at Fenelon Falls at the Kawartha Fibre Festival. I picked up Oriole because it's got the black and the orange, and I don't know if I want to knit it. It's just so pretty to look at. I have that. I have now not in. I have Canadian J, and it was one of my last purchases last year before everything closed down. I think it was back in February. And I remember poor Vicky had to drive through a snowstorm to get to Little Red Mitten. I remember that day vividly because I woke up and I thought, oh no. And I had to teach down there and it was snowing really hard. And they did a pop-up shop with Vicky and the
Oh,
Songbird Fibers. So, and she made, I thought for sure she would probably just say no way, but she drove through that crappy weather and people came. It did not, knitters will drive through anything apparently for beautiful yarn.
yeah,
And I got a skein of worsted weight yarn and it was Canadian J and it was whites and grays. It was really pretty.
nice.
And I thought I would make it was worsted or chunky. It might have been, actually, I think it was bulky. And I was going to do a cowl with it. So it's still sitting in my stash too.
I love her yarn. I want them all, like everyone. I
Yeah.
just, of course, I'm a bird lover too. I love birds. So
Yeah.
when she does her posts and stuff, she shows the bird that was, the inspiration,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I love the bird, and then it's the yarn, and yeah,
Well,
I want them all.
do you follow her on Instagram?
I do. Yeah.
Because I like how seeing it because she like feeds the birds in her backyard.
Yeah.
And there was wild, does she have, I think she had wild turkeys there at,
Yeah.
and that
Well,
was really, interesting to see. She took a video of the birds and
Well, she lives on the edge of the city, and I think her property backs onto an old quarry just outside of Stratford. So
wow. So
she
she
has a lot of wildlife out behind her and water, and
oh, perfect. That's why yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's nice to see, yeah, what she gets at her feeder and what she's feeding, and I like seeing those updates from her. Oh, I know. All the yarn to knit is just
Yeah, so I'll decide sometime this week. I'll get my little bucket out with my stuff and decide what I'm going to cast on. And then I found another, well, I have a bunch of croy to choose, and I was thinking, I'd go back and forth between hand dyed and the croy, and so hand dyed.
so the next one maybe.
It's croy's turn.
Yeah.
And I have that marled gray that I was going to do with a red stripe or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was pretty.
And then I kind of went shopping yesterday.
Where?
I had to go to London to drop off my FedEx to send out orders, and I popped into Lensmill. I didn't call you because I knew you'd be at work.
If it was at work, yeah, that would have just been mean.
I know. So I bought 3 new colors.
No. Oh no. Okay. What did you get?
So my purpose of going was because I wanted to get that 70s stripe for my mom.
Yeah.
They had none. So I don't know if they'll get more or not, but they
Everybody
had
loves
none.
it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Oh,
So
what did you come home with?
I could have came home with about 6 new colors, but I came home with 3.
What? I was looking at that one the last time I was there, and I I might need that one. Oh, Cheryl, I love it. Okay, which
They're
and it's a stripe, like it's a
called mid-century stripes.
century. Yes.
Yeah, mid-century.
Well, that's pretty too.
Yeah, it's oranges and some muted like blue
I like
with
it. Yeah.
turquoise color. Yeah. So I got that one. And then I think this is the same one that Marg was showing us that she got.
The geranium.
It's called geranium colors.
I even like that.
Just this different shades of corally pink
Yeah.
and like a barber pole.
I like that colorway too.
I don't know if it's blowing out or not, or
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
So I got,
because it does have that little bit of coral in there.
yeah,
That
yeah, I really like it. It goes from like a kind of a brick red in some sections, like right in here.
yeah.
And then it goes to this light, like orangey. Yeah, but it's all like a marled.
Well, maybe. Well, see, and I saw Trish. Did you see Trish took a trip to Lens Mill? She posted on her Instagram page that she bought some croy. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'll
You
have to go
go
look.
back and look. Yes, she did a little trip there too. Maybe our Wednesday night knitting group, we can all have matching socks.
Maybe. Yeah. So then I got
know-
more.
Because I gifted the geranium colorway to Caroline. So she has
Oh.
that in her stash.
Oh.
So doesn't this make you feel like you're back in like grade 7 or something? And
Yes.
wanting
And
to
I'll
have
have some.
matching things with your girlfriends?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. What's the color?
This one is postal stripes.
Yes. I'm sure I have that in my stash somewhere.
Just like gray with some different blues. There's a dark
That's
navy all the
pretty.
way to this little light baby blue. So it'll be fun to knit. Anything striped seems to go fast because, ooh, what's the next color? And then, oh, it's the next color.
I know you just want to keep going, don't you?
Yeah. So we'll see.
Ooh, fun.
I do have a pair of shorties that I started with some leftovers of an old pair. that are like more than half done. Maybe I should finish them up too.
That would be your challenge then?
Then
Finish
I'd have 2 free sets. I only have 2 sets of needles, so
Well, that's part of my I can't grab my beaver bag is down here and it has one of my 9-inch circulars on there. If I don't finish that sock this weekend, I may have to just slip the stitches onto DPN so I can use, because for my challenge, I'm thinking that I need to use a 9-inch circular because I think that's going to let me, I know I knit faster, just having to stop and start on DPNs or magic loop. And I'm going to need every minute I can recapture from anywhere to try and get, because I really want to see if I can get a sock done in a day. And I don't know if I can, but I'm thinking maybe I could. So we'll see. So we should talk more. So the challenge for anybody who's brand new, who hasn't listened to us the last few weeks talk about the knitting challenge. So the challenge can be anything at all that's a personal challenge for you with your sock knitting. It can be just casting on and knitting a couple of inches. It could be pulling out a sock that's on your needles. And again, you could say you want to finish the leg or you want to get the heel turned. You just pick something that you want to accomplish over the weekend. And we're starting Friday and knitting Saturday and Sunday. And see where you get to. Some people are going to be really what's the word, ambitious, and they're going to try to knit a pair in the weekend. It can be a full pair, it can be shorties, it could be baby socks. You can try a new heel, try a new pattern. If you've got a pattern that's been in your queue forever and ever, if you've got sock yarn that you've wanted to cast on but just haven't, pull anything out and give it a go. We're going to post tons and tons of pictures on the Facebook group, the Fibre Friends Friday Night Knitting. I'm hoping that people will just bombard the Facebook group with pictures of their yarn, where they're starting, progress pictures throughout the weekend, and hopefully some finishes towards the end of the weekend. And we've also started a thread over on Ravelry in the Fibre Friends group. There's a chit chat sock knitting challenge thread up now. And you're going to want to go over there and, say, hey, I'm in, and this is my goal or my challenge or what I want to do for the weekend, because we have prizes.
yes.
So I had said that for everybody who everybody who meets their challenge is going to get a copy of my other sock pattern, the Rambling Friends sock pattern. And I really like this. I really like this pattern. I haven't knit it in quite a while. I should start it again. So there's lace and cables on that sock, and you can
Nice.
make it short, you can make it long. It's
I
fun.
think I might have to try that.
Yes. And if I actually find my sock, I can show you my sock Friday. So this pattern, everybody who meets their goal, I will send this pattern to you, and you can have that. And then we also have a skein of yarn. Suzanne from Knit Stitch has messaged me, and she's offering a skein of sock yarn to somebody. So that will just be a random draw from the Ravelry page. So for right now, people can go over and just say, yeah, I'm excited. This is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my goal for the weekend. And then next weekend, I'll start a thread that is just a non-chit chat, a finished picture. And then you can go in Sunday and you can say, yay, I did it. My goal was to knit the leg of my sock, or it could be to try 2 at a time. A lot of people, I was looking on the Facebook group or the Ravelry group, sorry, just when we were starting, and people have been going over there and saying what they're doing. A lot of people are going to try toe up or 2 at a time toe up. A couple people posted their yarn and they were using Patton's Croy, which makes me super excited. Some people had just said they're going to try 2 at a time, and even, and just get the ribbing done.
Mhm.
So it doesn't have to be a super big challenge. It could just literally, yeah, just do your ribbing. If that's going to be
Mm.
a challenge for you, then that totally counts too.
So the non-chit chat thread, is that just going to be I participated and this is what my goal was? You don't have to meet your goal to participate,
You
or do you?
yes, because that's where the win. Yeah, how are we going to do that?
Well, we can talk
Well,
about it.
I think, yeah, I think it'll be just, I think the non chit chat, we'll just leave it as put your finished picture in there where you ended up.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
accomplished.
yeah, yeah. And then we'll pick winners from there. So people can post in the chit chat thread now pictures of what they're starting, and then the finished one will be for people. Yeah, maybe we'll chat a little more about it since we've got different prizes now to pick from.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can figure that out and let everybody know next week. So next week, so next Friday when we're podcasting, are we starting our socks while we're
Well,
recording?
no, so you're missing out on time. You could be up at like 6 a.m. and already have like
I thought
3 hours in.
about that this morning when I thought, yeah, what are we going to do? Are we going to start this? And then that's exactly what I thought. I thought, I could have already started. And then
I
I thought,
I think you can already start.
already start. Okay, so then we'll just show where we are if we've started or
Yeah, but
okay.
it has to be started on Friday.
All right.
So you might be ahead of me because, there's not a lot of motivation here in the morning.
Well, I know that's what I was thinking too. I thought, yes, you're right. I could get up first thing. I could get up early. I could get it cast on. And then I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I would much rather, cast on at 9 or 10 in the morning and then stay up till midnight.
I'm the same way.
I am not a real morning person as much as I would like to be.
Yeah. Oh, forgot one more prize.
Yes.
So in one of the draws, I'm going to offer a zippered sock bag, and whoever wins the sock bag can choose which print they want from my shop. It'll
Oh,
be a soft size zippered wedge bag, similar to this.
that is super cute. Cheryl, thank you.
No problem.
All right. Well,
So you have to check them out and see what prints you like. There's lots to choose.
all right. This is going to be exciting. Prizes always
Huh.
get exciting. Ah, all
Might have
right.
to put a little
So,
progress keeper in there too.
oh, cute. So a sock bag is up for grabs, a skein of yarn, and then patterns.
Louise's pattern.
That's really, ooh, yay. All right, I'm going to go update the Ravelry thread so we can put in all the prizes. So yeah, so if people are listening, head over to the Ravelry group and make sure you post over there because that's where we'll be getting drawing prizes from. So go show us what you're going to do in the chit chat thread and then come back next Sunday and post in the finished thread. This is going to be so exciting. I'm excited for people. I love it when people try something new or or even to get it finished done. Finish a sock that's on the needle. We'll see.
I have a
Yeah.
couple pairs to get finished,
So
but
do you so
definitely passed on.
sorry, say that again.
I said I have a couple pairs I want to finish.
Yeah.
These ones and the shorties, but I'm definitely going to cast on something new.
It's going to be hard not to cast on some of that new Croy.
I know. So I'll have to decide what my goal is for the weekend. It could be a multi-goal. It could be to finish off my shorties and get to a certain point on my new socks.
Absolutely.
Or it could be to finish both of these pairs and start a new pair.
I know. And then you know what? That's my problem. The more I think about it, the bigger my goal gets. I think, oh, I could finish this. I could finish this. I could start this. I have 3 whole days.
You could get 2 socks done and start a new one.
Could. But we have to, so I know. How do you do this? I
You
guess
submit a
you
sock in a day.
you could so when we're saying that you have to meet your challenge to be eligible for prizes, so everybody should maybe type out a realistic goal, and then and then in the back of their mind have something like, "Oh, I wonder if I can meet that goal and plus do this or this." I don't, we'll have to see.
We'll
And I know,
have to.
and different people will have different amounts of knitting time on the weekend because Um, like I know one lady said that. The one lady, I think she left it in the YouTube comments. She said she's not going to have so much time because she works at a church, and so obviously this coming weekend will be more busy for her work wise. And some people who have family, I have, it's just me, so I'm not cooking a Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, an Easter.
The
Getting-
wrong season.
Wrong holiday. I'm not cooking an Easter meal for anybody. So I have which is kind of why we picked this weekend for the challenge, just for that reason, because I think still all around the world everybody's in various stages of lockdown and
Same.
restrictions.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to plan my meals, have to do a trip to the grocery store, figure out what I'm going to have, either put something in the crock pot or just get some frozen. I don't know. Haven't
You don't
really.
know what you're gonna have. There's, me and the 3 kids, so
Yeah. So are you still going to do something like an Easterish meal or cook a ham or?
maybe, I don't know. We don't celebrate to any overly great extent. Usually we get together um, with my mom and stepdad, my sister and whatnot. But with everything going on, I know not everybody knows. Some know my brother-in-law has terminal brain cancer and he's in his last days. So we've kind of been visiting and spending time and
Yeah.
whatnot every day. So
Yeah. Just taking one day at a time and see.
pretty much, yeah. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster the last week or so because he's up and he's down and he's
Yeah.
up and he's down.
Yeah.
So it'll just kind of, I think, be it is what it is and see what time brings.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just do what you need to and
So we might have a little dinner here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure over the weekend I'll make one nice dinner. I haven't been home to make any dinners this week, so
well, that's the thing. And plus we literally cannot knit for like 18 hours a day. We have
well, exactly.
don't
And
want
don't forget
anybody.
to do exercises. Get up, walk around, stretch your hands.
You know what we should do next Friday for kicking off the well, I know we record in the morning and then the podcast goes up in the evening, but we should actually uh-oh, are the girls home?
Sorry. Nope, not yet.
Not yet?
Got 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay. We should like actually research what some knitting good exercises are, and then we should get
Rolls.
shoulder rolls and I don't know. Yeah, do something. We should promote that, do something, see what, because we don't want anybody to make a goal of to get a pair of socks knit over the weekend and then end up with really sore wrists or shoulders or something. So
For
we have
sure.
to advocate for um healthy knitting. What's the ergonomically correct knitting or something? We should try to talk about that next Friday too. But yeah, people have to have breaks. So you still have to get up and take 20, 30 minutes or something for make a meal or peel some potatoes or something. That could be all during the day. You could start out knitting, knit for your set amount of time, get up, peel some potatoes, throw them in a pot of water, covered in water, they'll be fine. Come back and knit. Then you could get up and you could, I don't know, peel carrots or something, cut those up, throw those in a pot, get those ready. You could just meal prep and knit all day long.
There you go.
Maybe I should be doing that for myself. Anyways, I can't wait for next weekend to come and see all of these socks. I'm excited. I want to see too. Oops, I think I maybe messed up. I'm excited to see what yarn everybody's going to use.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yes. Well, I think that's everything I had to talk about today. Do you have
Yep.
anything else?
That's everything I have. I don't have any bags or shop stuff to show. I did when I went shopping yesterday. I bought some new fabric.
Oh, do we get a sneak peek at that?
This is my sneak peek.
Get out. Oh my word. Flamingos?
I couldn't resist. It was cute. Ooh, I just dropped it on the floor.
That'll be really fun. I'm picturing that. Oh, yeah. Sock bag, a knit night bag.
See what we come up with.
Ooh,
I
pretty
think I
pretty.
bought 4 meters, I think. Can't remember.
So I have no idea what that means. Does that equate to a lot of bags?
A lot of bags.
A lot of bags. Okay. I have a bit of an obsession with flamingos.
Oh, dear.
I do. I do. I have to I know. Oh my gosh. I just love that.
They're cute.
That would make a really cute sock bag for sure.
Yeah. I haven't decided if I'm going to do some, I don't know. I might do some of everything in it. We'll see.
Ah, fun. Possibilities are endless.
That's right.
Well, we've got the whole weekend ahead of us now.
Yeah.
Tonight's the Fibre Friends Friday night knit-in live knit night where we talk about everything under the sun and sometimes knitting related. Not lots of times it is not knit. I think we have touched on practically every subject you can possibly imagine. We have talked about it.
Yes.
Which makes it interesting because when I log on Facebook and have no idea, no way back, because we've been doing this, I think has it been 3 years?
I'm not
1,
sure.
2, I think it might be 3 years, 2 for sure. Yeah, and I think it was the first time I broke my leg.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that's been 3 years. And I broke my knee on a Friday night leaving Little Red Mitten. And because I was leaving Little Red Mitten to rush home to do the live for the very first time, and I broke my leg. So it didn't happen that week, but it happened the next week. So we've been doing these lives every Friday night since. And at the beginning, I kind of had, because I didn't know how they were going to go. So I thought, well, maybe I should have kind of some set topics to talk about because there's nothing worse than doing a live and you're sitting there not talking about anything, right? So I kind of had the first few weeks, I had something set up, but it never, the conversation just flows naturally and it's here and it's there and it's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
get our stuff ready for next week. And
yep, everybody get their sock yarn ready and figure out what they want to do. And we'll come back again and we'll chat with you next Friday. So so pretty.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody. Have a great week.